Hay veces que nada el pato, hay veces que ni agua bebe. Así nos pasa a los hombres con los caprichos de las mujeres. Tú les pides un besito y ellas se hacen del rogar y te dicen: papacito, ahora sí yo te voy a dar. Que pórtate bien mañana, ayúdame en la cocina. Y cuando no le hago caso en toda la noche no se me arrima. Que hazte para allá, no sigas dando lata. Si sigues molestando, te vas por otra cama. Y yo sigo insistiendo, a ver si cena Pancho. Pero ya me doy cuenta. ¿Qué pasa, mi pato? Pues nada. Y nada por aquí, nada por allá, nada por aquí, nada por allá, nada por aquí, nada por allá, nada por aquí, nada por allá.
This is a child who experienced meningitis at an early age, and the consequence of meningitis, as so many know, if you do live, the ability to actually be nutrified with rich, nutritious foods like Pediasure and so forth. Very, very difficult to save that child. When we first found Erica, she was 22 pounds and age 12. Later, some earnest reporters were in Agua Prieta looking at the various projects, and we introduced them to the family of Erica's. And when they saw Erica, her ribs were exposed. She looked almost like a cadaver, and our doctor told the mother that she felt that Erica was passing on. It was a situation that was just heartbreaking and a terrible disaster. Many, many, many Phoenicians responded and sent money specifically for the reconstruction of Erica's body and household and family and so forth. All of this stucco is new, which is nice because it finishes the wall. And everything in here is new. The ceiling wasn't on, the rain and so forth, and the cold air, the winter air, of course, came here. And as you know, they had no toilet and no sink and no shower and no electricity. And this is the work of a contractor named Marcelino. Marcelino has been a very good friend of our charities. He's very trustworthy and he's very compassionate, and he brings us information about families that have terrible problems. The cabinets are from the photographer in Tucson who came down to make sure that everything was fine here. And they went shopping for secondhand furniture to find wonderful things for the kitchen. The doors and the screen doors keep the flies out now. Food storage. And the refrigerator is a first. Couldn't do this fan in the other rooms because the ceilings are too low, but it's wonderful here in the kitchen. Magdalena is the surrogate mother who comes and takes care of the family while the mother Maria works throughout the night. This is the garden. The garden soil has been prepared to be rich, and they're learning how to grow their own food. It sounds easy, but to reconstruct some understanding of how you do take care of yourself when those methods have been lost for several generations. These are all melons and cantaloupe coming up. Over here we have last year's some kind of shell pea. This area behind me we haven't addressed yet. This is the laundry area. And now that there's electricity, we're going to try to find one of those serviceable washing machines with the wringer and so forth that doesn't have a lot of moving parts that can break down and cost money. And we'll perfect this area. It's just the achievement thus far outside and inside has been very dramatic, and we spent a lot of time doing it, and we could not have done it if the donors hadn't been so wonderfully generous. And today, Erica, she has gained 10 pounds. She can stand, not on her own, but she can stand. She's doing physical therapy every day and having lots of fun laughing and expressing vocal things, which we've never heard before with her.
This home was just a lot. When I got here, there was 35 Rotarians showed up Easter weekend, basically. We just had the footings here. Lorenzo, who builds these bricks, bakes them off-site. They had several truckloads come. They had women, men, girls, boys, all kind of a high school age. Actually lay all this brick and put the roof on, and here I'll show you. They built a cesspool in the back here, which most of these homes have. It's basically a 10 foot deep sump with about 6 feet wide. It was dug right here, and there's a cover put on it. So that's where all their sewage goes and dissipates wherever. Armando, I believe, the owner of the home has polio. So him and his wife and I believe children live here. So these homes, I think the cost of like you just saw in Armando's home, I think that project was maybe like $4,000, give or take about $500. So we're trying to maybe get a little prototype put together. We can pop these homes up for the people for anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000.
Beautiful.
I think a bunch of kids and just people that didn't even know what they were doing to do all the brick.
Yeah.
You know, his father, Armando's father, helped too a little bit.
Yeah.
Was on it, so.
And then they pointed the brick, the mortar too. Remember?
Yeah.
The mom.
Armando works for Lorenzo, right? At his brick factory. No, we're at Lorenzo's house here. He has 100 co-op families building bricks like behind me here, and they sell them through a co-op here to get an economy going. What they do is they have, to explain, they have their base here, right?
Just this for a wall.
The wall. Under here, what do you put under here?
Put them inside.
They put all the wood that they have in the pile over here that they get from everywhere they can get. They build so this pyramid's built. It looks like a pyramid. They wrap it in manure and whatnot. Right? They wrap it in manure and so forth. Then they light the wood on fire and let it bake like a big oven. And then once it's done baking, then they pull all the bricks apart and they're finished. So that's finished there.
That's finished.
That one's finished, and that's the brick that you saw on Casa Armando's home. The finished brick like this, and this you're building to bake it.
Yeah.
And what they do over there, they form the bricks. Oh, this is what it's wrapped. That wraps around it.
Yeah, for get better consistency.
So once that's done, this is manure goes around.
Yeah.
This is the wrap this manure here that goes around the thing. It looks like a big king tut pyramid.
Can get up.
Sure.
The hot.
See, here's the bricks that are formed that go before they're baked. So they form them here. He lets them cure for a couple days to dry out. And then they're dry down there, wet down here. Probably just made these. And then they're gonna put them on the truck, bring them over there, and then start stacking them up.
Que no te tome él a ti, nada más a mí.
No, pues me agarré con la pala. Que no golpeara así. Así de la boca.
No, es que están tomando.
Yeah, one guy can do, the best guy is 600-700 a day?
A day.
Really? Wow.
If you have all the dogs ready, you can make about 700 a day.
One guy can do 700 a day.
Mm-hmm.
This is about 300 here they did.
Finish.
Yeah, we started.
Anyway, I was talking to the girl. I'm not sure if this who it was, but they buy these lots from the ejido. I think they paid $800, and they paid it off, or they pay it off so much a month, whatever they can afford. And I asked her, do they pay interest, and she said right now they don't, but they were talking about after a year, if they don't have their lot paid for, they start charging a little interest. But so as you can see, somebody had put some footings on this lot, and I think they're looking to save up a little money and then start their process of building a home on it. And that's what we're talking about, maybe having this little charitable foundation. We might be able to start little loans of some sort so people actually get the home done and get into it and then pay a little bit a month, maybe $35, $40, $50 a month. But they can get in their home. It doesn't take them 5 years to build it.